Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Test Run. I'm your host, Code Marvelous, and today I am joined by Worlds 2016 runner-up, Ben Nee.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks very much for coming on the channel.
Thanks.
We're going to go ahead and take Ben's sync deck for a spin on Jinteki.net here at 6 in the morning on Eastern Time, 11 in the morning England time. And we've got an opponent. We're going to see how we do. As we're kind of setting up here, Ben, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, the channel, and where people can find you online and stuff like that.
Right, so I'm from London, UK, and my online handle is Byoken, B-Y-O-K-N. You can find me on Slack, Twitter, and you can search that on YouTube to find my YouTube channel, which I do various video commentaries on. And
cool.
I also do a deck building DRS of sorts, explaining this sync deck that we're about to play on my channel. So look in the video description for the link to my video.
Yeah, and that's why my viewers, we're not doing a deck building DRS, since Ben also has a lovely channel that you should definitely check out. For the deck building description, you should go over to his channel, and I'll have a link in the show notes, as Ben said. We've got an opponent, we've got an opening hand. Let's toggle video mode, and why don't we take a look. What do you think of this opening hand, Ben?
Okay, this I would play this very differently from the typical game. We have to respect the fact that our opponent could be on New Angeles and Film Critic, which screws us. So I would actually keep this opening hand, and I would go for killing the runner as soon as possible with Breaking News and Boom.
Okay. I'm okay with that. Yeah, before we started recording, everybody watching at home, we were discussing the fact that a deck like Ben's, as powerful as it is, even now, after the Worlds meta, people just start teching to fight whatever was popular at Worlds, and since Yellow Kill was popular at Worlds, we're seeing a lot of New Angeles and Film Critic popping up.
Alright, so we have sweeps, which is very good. We have hard-hitting news to punish the runner. Let's play the Breaking News naked and play the sweeps weak. Maybe draw one more card first. QPM.
Okay, we got a QPM.
We'll just sweeps, that's fine. So again, our goal is to fire off that boom by
as soon as possible.
Turn 3 or turn 4. So what we want to do... Oh man, he got Opus. And Astral Ape, okay. That's not good news. And he runs RD.
But he ran.
Interesting. Okay, so that's hard-hitting news. That's hard-hitting news right there. So,
yep.
You know the drill.
I do, in fact, know the drill. Hopefully he won't get boom. Okay.
GFI, that's fine. We'll take
whatever,
that.
Bill. Yeah.
So we pretend that Breaking News is not there. Oh, Hedge Fund. Okay, so Hedge Fund, say, draw, maybe, and then hard-hitting news. Sounds good.
Hey!
Well, hey! Okay, let's land it.
Feels good.
Okay, so the important...
I don't know why somebody would run.
No, that's a big mistake.
Turn one against sync.
Yep, that's a big mistake.
Or not sync. Yeah.
Yeah, he can't clear the text. So, here's the awesome thing. Because we drew last turn, we drew the EOI, now we have 4 cards in hand instead of 3. If they want to try to run our hand to get the boom out, it's going to be very difficult. So, if they don't find that plus creep soon enough, they will be toast. And they're running the wrong server. That's not gonna help. They need to run HQ. They need to kill the boom. Can they do it? No! Oh, do they? Oh, alright. We'll take that.
Yep.
And well done. This is how you beat Kate.
Do I do the exchange of information for troll?
Nah.
Alright.
There we go.
Good game. You were up against Benny. I like how we've got 3 spectators at 6:30 in the morning.
Do you want to look at his bin? Because I think his deck is actually very good against us. He has Rabbit
Yeah,
Hole.
absolutely. He's playing Nexus Kate.
Yeah, so this is actually a really bad matchup 90% of the time.
But yeah. Alright, let's see if we can get another one. That was a little quick.
It was. Well, thanks for that. I think that was my very first game I won against Nexus Kate.
Yeah, well, I mean, Nexus Kate with 2 cards installed. Um, we won against the potential Nexus Kate. Yeah, no, as Ben and I were discussing, like the rabbit hole power tap decks that are coming out to troll people who are playing the sync and controlling the message decks from Worlds.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I guess everyone who wants to play my sync deck can go ahead. I'm gonna work on something else for now. Too many people are playing it.
So what is that? What is the secret sauce that you're working on now?
We'll find out, I guess.
Can we get an ID?
Blue Sun.
Oh my god, yes. Yes.
Okay, Valencia. Interesting.
Alright, so we've got one of the tech cards that we added, which was we replaced one Observe and Destroy with a Best Defense.
Yep.
Alright, so what are we doing with this hand?
That's a good question. I'm inclined to keep it because we have 2 agendas that we can easily score. And we have Jackson Howard, which is Jackson Howard. I don't think I need to explain too much of that. And you have an Ice to Ice HQ. So I like our hand. It could be worse.
Okay. Yeah, and one of the things that I think is really interesting when I watch people like you play your decks that you've obviously have like a lot of practice with and you've spent a lot of time with is that people mulligan less when they're really familiar with what their decks can do. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, because you always tell yourself you can get worse mulligans. So
right, which is always true.
Yeah.
I've had many a tournament where I've mulliganed a B- hand and gotten an F. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
All right, so what are we doing here?
So this is probably credit Ice Ice. Credit because we want to score both breaking users. We need to have credits. The question is which Ice goes where. Usually I'll be inclined to say Raven on HQ, but given that we don't have QPM in hand, maybe Raven or R&D is fine. I think it could be wrong. It's a very close, but let's do that.
Let's find out.
Credit.
There's only one way to find out if we're wrong.
Yep, we'll look at it later. It's quite a tough call, actually. Usually you want Raven on HQ in case they're on Siphon or something, but
yeah,
we'll see how this
that
works.
always feels incredible when you res the Raven on HQ against like Andy. Feels good.
Wild side. Okay, so immediately we can tell this spell deck is not really prepared for tags, which is nice. I would say score the breaking news now, but we do have the hedge fund, so let's draw first to give us options. I like options. Raven. I like that option. So hedge fund and install Raven on the server that doesn't have a Raven.
Okay, so put it on HQ.
Yep. That is
seems good.
A not so opening draw. That is absolutely nuts. Double Raven is huge.
Yeah, it's a good card. You know what is a really good card? Secret tech for everybody out there. Hunting Grounds is very good for what ails you people.
Don't tell
Black
them.
Hand recommends Hunting Grounds for all of your Data Raven and Toll Booth problems.
Pretty much. Alright, so our opponent actually got set up very, very quickly, found the Pancakes combo insanely quickly, and has Levy to boot. So this is a deck that wants to go late game. Gotta respect that.
Yeah, gotta respect Levy in a 50-card deck.
Yep.
Well, at least this person's being smart, and he or she is not running.
Yes.
So we've got a sweeps. Since we're decent on credits, do we want to save the sweeps and breaking news this turn, or what do we want to do?
Exactly. We don't need those extra credits. Let's get the first agenda out of the way, take it out of circulation, and scare our opponent into doing silly stuff, because that's what the threat of 24/7 does to you.
Right. Yeah, I'm kind of struggling trying to figure out what I'm playing this Sunday at a store championship because, there's so many good decks, but then people are teching for a lot of the good decks because they were popular at World, so it's like, what do I even play?
Yeah.
It's tough. But these are the exciting times.
It is, yes. It's always a guess of what to do. So yes, Val installed same old thing. We can potentially best defense it, but they also have Flash Screen installed. We want to save our best defense for that. So let's get the second breaking news out of the way.
Okay. Now we're really going to be scaring them because then the 24/7 kill turns on.
Definitely. And I think it's worth it to talk about the 6-tag combo at this point. So, if the runner made a run last turn, and you have a 3-card combo in hand, you can perform the 3 cards, which is 24/7, close accounts, and hard-hitting news. So,
Yeah.
they'll be reset to 0 credits, and they have 6 tags on them. 2 from the 24/7 breaking news, and 4 from the hard-hitting news. And that's something that almost no runner can recover from. So that's what we'll be looking to do for now.
Yep, and that's a combo that I built. I didn't get to go to Worlds, but I did make a contribution to the Worlds meta. My friends that made it to day 2 were playing an NEH kill deck built around that exact combo, where I was like, well, it's kind of hard to find booms sometimes, so you just make it so they have no money in 6 tags, and then you have all the time you need to go find boom.
Yep.
Like, but yeah, God, tags are so good.
It is.
Tags so good.
So
like,
yeah, like even if you're in NEH and not in sync, getting rid of all 6 tags is still a tall ask.
Yeah.
So now we should try to draw for that said 3-card combo. Let's see. So we have the Jackson. May as well use it. So let's get Jackson going.
Hey!
Alright,
do we want to hit it a second time?
No, because we have... Okay, usually I do. But here's the thing. 1, we have a lot of
money
good
cards.
money. And more importantly, our opponent's on 1 credit and we have hard-hitting news. So they can't afford to trash Jackson. Because if they do, they'll get tagged. So let's play the hedge fund and leave it at that. So this is a big threat.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, they have 3 credits, we have 9. They cannot run the Jackson. The best they can do is to play Rumor Mill, which is fine.
Right, that makes sense.
Alright, double plus greed. That's gonna make our game pretty hard. Let's see what we can do.
That's pretty bad, I would say.
Yes. Let's see if we can... we might have to switch to the score plan. We'll see. Now it's our turn. Let's begin.
Let's see what we get.
So, click once, almost certainly Jackson here.
Okay.
Let's open our options. Yep, draw 2 cards. Okay, so we have
more money.
So hand management. We are probably gonna ditch the duplicate hard-hitting news and the food. We don't need them.
Okay.
We are gonna play the hedge fund probably, because why not? We could play turnpike. We could draw again. I would lean towards drawing again.
With Jackson?
Yes, because now our opponent is probably going to force us out of the Jackson. Okay, so we don't need the agendas. Pitch them. Oh, sorry, there's one more click left. Yeah, play the hedge fund. Yep, okay, now we pitch the agendas. We pitch the duplicate hard-hitting news. And probably one of our eyes. We are rich. Like, we don't need a pop-up window. Let's get rid of it.
Sounds good.
Alright, do we reshuffle with Jackson here? I think we might. Yep, we should. We don't want them to steal the kitty from the bin. So let's get rid of those and say the hedge fund, I guess. Or yeah.
Yeah, we don't want the rumor mill coming out.
Yeah, usually it's fine to get agenda stolen, but
well, the good news is this is a tougher matchup, so we're gonna get to showcase the deck a little bit more.
I wouldn't say it's super tough, because they can't really do anything. Okay, yeah, it is a bit tough, I guess. They do have turntable, which makes the score plan a bit harder as well. We'll see. This is going to be an interesting matchup, for sure.
Again, hey, we were just talking about people being specifically teched against Worlds decks. Look at this.
Okay, so our opponent made a very big mistake of running a lot. Yeah, we can res it, sure.
I mean, he's going to jack out, but he made the run, and that's the important thing.
Yeah, the thing is he already ran archives, and he's on very few credits, so this is a very big mistake that's going to open us a lot of games. So we probably sweeps here, say, draw a card, let's draw a card. So now, okay, and we play hard-hitting news. Yeah, we did that out of order, but it didn't matter. So, Yep, no boost is fine. So this basically cripples Valencia here. Next turn we can look to flipping our ID and burning down the house.
Trashing a bunch of stuff.
Most likely they'll start dropping the medium and hammering R&D. Oh no, networking! Ho ho! Joke's on us. That's a problem. That's pretty
That
good
is a
tech.
problem.
Well. Folks, we have a problem here.
Networking and 2 Plascretes and turntable. The hate is strong, Ben. It's very strong.
Yeah, the only good news really is that
Is breaking news?
I don't even know now that they have networking. It's gonna be pretty tough, I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
This is where we need the Salem's hospitality name networking.
Yeah, I have this very strong feeling that this is gonna be a very long drag out game, so bunker down and prepare yourself for that. Okay, so let's draw a card, bringing us to 7 cards, then we'll play 2 cards from our hand, so we don't need to discard. Okay, sweeps is good, and we probably want Turnpike. Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. No worries.
Sorry, I thought you meant to play both sweeps.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. It doesn't make a difference. I was thinking Turnpike on R&D, so...
The second tag for him or her to clear.
And yeah, make it less appealing to fork through R&D, because right now it seems like Val is playing Dumble Forks or some variant of it.
Yeah.
We also need to start considering icing up archives because they could rebirth into Omar.
Yeah, that would be less than great. I actually won a game at our league because I anticipated the Omar play and put a vanilla on archives like the last turn of the game, and I was like, well, the only way I lose this is if they rebirth into Omar. And then my opponent did, and then they went from Quetzal to Omar, so they couldn't break the vanilla.
Speaking of rebirth, it's coming out now. What do you think he's gonna rebirth? Kim! Yikes! Yonks! Okay, blackmail to HQ. We are... yeah...
Things are gonna get weird.
It is. This is not what we want. Oh, oh no, not the best defense. That's the worst card to hit. Oh no. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay. Okay, so the agendas are getting awkward here. We could try to cycle them out with Jackson. So this would be a really good hard-hitting news opportunity, but we ditched the second hard-hitting news earlier, which turns out to be a mistake. What could we do here? Ooh, this is tough.
Sometimes you gotta beat people with a hammer, I guess. I always like how him and Gabe, it's just like, are you guys actually runners? Because like shooting people and hitting people with hammers isn't hacking, it's just called regular crime.
Okay, I guess we could just... I guess we want to save the Jackson. Or... he's probably gonna blackmail HQ a lot from now on.
Right.
So, if he hits the Jackson from our hand, we are not happy about it. We could try to get the Jackson out of the way. Or we could draw up, pad our hand. What do you think?
I don't know. This is a tough one. I mean, basically, especially now that he is Kim, he has like multiple threat points against us with Turntable and Kim.
That's true. Turntable's a big problem. If he steals a kitty and swaps it for breaking news, we are very unhappy about it. So let's do the Jackson. Let's get rid of the agendas from our hand.
And we've already seen the rumor mill, so we have to preemptively use Jackson.
So first thing we get rid of is the kitties because they're much safer in R&D. We want to keep the ops, so let's... can we look at his bin? Does he have cutlery in his bin yet?
No cutlery.
Okay. I think... sounds crazy here, but we could ditch the boom. Or the NAPD. Let's look in our bin. Do we have anything worth shuffling? Best defense. Okay, so we want to shuffle best defense and both kitties with this Jackson. We could leave NAPD in the bin and maybe hope he doesn't steal it. Or we could ditch the Turnpike. But I am leaning towards ditching the NAPD here.
Okay.
Yep, and leave it in the bin, we reshuffle double kitty and defense. Let's see how that works.
Yep.
Yeah, this
Seems
matchup
good.
is gonna be really dicey. So the reason for leaving Boom in hand is that it absorbs the Kim hammer.
Right.
He'll be forced to trash it with Kim, which would work out because that protects our 24/7s, protects our archive members.
Right.
Alright, at least he's not setting up too quickly just yet.
Whew. If he's ditching a deja vu, I don't want to see what the rest of his cards are.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Third Raven. Okay, so let's. I think we want to ice archives, ice R&D. Maybe put the Raven on archives. We could do that.
And then the turnpike on R&D.
Yep, sounds good.
And then just click for a bucko or draw.
Yeah, we should have drawn first. Yeah, usually I try to plan out my turn ahead, so nah, it's okay. That doesn't matter. But yeah,
It's okay. You're doing secondhand piloting. It happens.
yeah, typically.
Unlike it's like that old whose line is it sketch where I'm your arms, basically.
Oh yeah, that's a good reference. Yeah, and it always ends with getting kicked in your face or something.
Basically. So, yeah. I mean, we're not. Yeah. Well, we're also, again, one of the side effects of your deck is unless things are going really poorly for the runner and they make a lot of mistakes, the deck doesn't really have a lot of scoring outs, right? Your only chance of getting to 7 points is if a lot of times if the kitties are scored for you.
Pretty much, yes. I mean,
All right.
so
we've got
that's
that.
a big card. Usually the tempo with this deck is draw, play, play. So let's draw first, and we play. Hedge fund, and then Gutenberg on R&D. Natural place for it to be.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, so usually you look at your hand after the mandatory draw and say, I want to play these two cards, and then your last click will be spent drawing, but of course you want to draw first to open your options. Alright, here comes the hammer.
Come on, hit the boom.
Yeah, hit the boom, that would be great. We are not looking to kill you. Oh, come on.
Exchange of information, that's okay.
I think that's our main win condition here. Chewing through 2 +3s is gonna be pretty tough. We'll see. But hopefully what we want is hopefully to score another agenda. If we can score another agenda, we might look into spamming 24/7 and kill cards. Close the counts. Alright, that's one small bit of the combo. But that's not very good right now.
Right, because we need to get hard-hitting news back into our hand.
I think they're both in the bin, right? I don't think we shuffled them back. So yeah, that's not good. And anyway, hard-hitting news is not that good now with networking in play.
Well, I mean, we could do the 24/7 closed accounts hard-hitting combo.
24/7 close accounts. Yeah, but he has networking. So it's not that good.
Yeah, it's not great. Yep. So, draw.
Ice something. Probably HQ, sorry. Yep.
And then click for credit.
Yep. So, I think...
He's also got Levy in there, so he's going to be playing a lot of blackmails this game.
Yeah, not a fan of that. Yeah. What I would really like to do is to get the networking out of his hand using the boom. I'm not sure how conservative he will be with +3 usage, so... Oh gosh, he's coming in again. Yeah, this is not good at all. Yeah. What, got hit? Boom. Okay. That happens. Yeah, he's gonna have a lot of blackmails this game. And a lot of money as well. Yeah, this is why I really want to get rid of the networking. If he doesn't have networking, he cannot take money and clear tags. Ooh, kitty. Didn't want to see that. Yeah, let's draw.
Hey!
Let's check his bin. How many recursion pieces are in the bin?
One
Same old thing.
Sing,
One deja
and a
vu.
Deja Vu.
That's pretty meh. Okay. So one of our possible plays here is to best defense the same old thing, which is pretty marginal, I think. I don't think we could do better with our best defense. Let's put it another way. So another thing we could do is to go 24/7 and best defense a plus creep.
But that would only be 2 tags.
Oh right, we can't do. Yeah, it's not observe and destroy. Ugh. Oh, okay, so that's annoying. Yeah, okay, in that case, yeah, we probably do best defense the same old thing. And then click for credit, I guess. Yeah, it's almost certain that he'll have more recursion on his way, but hopefully that's one less blackmail, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough.
Yeah, this is very, very hard.
Lots of people watching, even early in the morning. It must be all the British people.
Okay.
We got another boom.
Yeah. Given that we just used best defense, not on plus creep, I'm not sure how much the boom will do here. Let's draw a card. Can't go wrong with that. Turnpike. Okay. So we can drop the turnpike on, say, archives and click for credit, I guess. Then ditch the kitty in the bin. So if he blackmails archives, we won't be too happy about that, but I guess at least that's a blackmail on
archives
instead of HQ. Yeah, Edward Kim is definitely one of the biggest issues with this deck, and if you can hammer stuff while if you can blackmail while doing so, that's really nasty.
So it's worth noting, if we can get the 3rd breaking news scored, then we can double 24/7 and get rid of a Plascrete.
Assuming we have a best defense, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's looking quite unlikely though.
Hey!
Yeah, I'm not sure about the 3rd Jackson. We really, really want to save that because we do need to... Recursion is now more important for us. We need to have multiple 24/7s available. What can we do here? Let's look at our bin. Let's see if there's anything worth using Jackson on. The answer is not really. We do want to save a couple of the agendas, but... Ooh, this is gonna be tough. The thing is, if we are forced to use the Jackson here, it means that anything that's hammered from this point will be permanently gone. And that's not good. Can we do anything with 24/7 this turn?
We can get rid of 29 credits that he can immediately get back.
Yeah, his credit level doesn't really matter at this point. If we close his accounts, and then he can get money back very easily. Like, he's clearing the tags next turn no matter what we do, if we play 24/7 here. The question is, can we do any other damage? And it doesn't look like it for now.
Double Plascrete, man. This person's going hard on canceling our plans.
So we could 24/7 boom here. The thing is, I just want to get rid of operations from our hand. It looks like at this point it looks highly unlikely that we're ever going to score out because they're not going to score kitties for us. So
right.
I think I would go crazy here and go 24/7 boom and try to force something out. Yep, we'll go for that. Yeah, because this game looks like a very hard game to win right now, so we'll just go with that, and we'll see how things roll from here. So, on his mind, he knows that he wants to use as few +3 counters as possible, but on the same token, he cannot afford to lose the networking. So it'll be interesting to see how much damage he prevents here.
Well, he has a levy, so he knows that he can get Plascretes back if he uses them fully.
Or he can use Deja Vu to retrieve Plascretes.
That's also true.
So yeah, this is why this matchup is super hard, because the Deja Vus do a lot of heavy lifting. So he prevented 4 so far. Most importantly, putting the Plascrete into the bin so he can recur it.
I mean, Deja Vu is just a very solid Anarch card.
It is. It's so versatile. Alright. We hit the networking, I believe.
Yes, we did.
That's good. And we'll end
we
our
hit the
turn.
networking and a Deja Vu.
That's huge. That is really, really huge. And an I5
Yeah.
worse, but that's fine, I guess. Let's end our turn.
Yep.
And we can only hope from here. The good news is no, there's not much good news.
At least it's going to cost him 6 credits to clear the tags.
Yes.
Small victories.
Yeah, not much. Alright. So next turn we are probably going to try to get our Jackson going. And get our boom back, get our 24/7. Oh no. No. No! Don't do this.
If he hits the Jackson, we're in a bad way.
Nah, that's fine. We'll archive mems for it, but we're not happy about this at all. Alright, so I guess that pretty much determines what we're gonna recur with Jackson. 15 minutes. Okay, that's fine. We'll score that next turn, but for now we need the Jackson.
Oh.
No, not that one. Okay.
So Jackson.
Yep. Do we want Jackson draw? Probably. I would. Oh, that's actually quite hard. Maybe not actually. Do we want to drag out the what? Let's look in our bin again. Sorry.
Take your time.
Yeah.
These are the thoughts that people want to hear about, like the threads of how you decide what's the optimal play in given situations.
Right. So we played the Jackson because we want to get our important operations back. The best defense. Ooh. Let's see. So we definitely want to get Boom and Archive Mems back. We gotta choose between best defense and hard-hitting news. This is a really tough choice. I would be inclined to actually go for the hard-hitting news. But
Okay.
okay, yeah, this is just very difficult because we want 24/7 as well. There are a lot of
Right.
cards that we want, and we can't get them all back. He has a single Plascrete. We do have an Observe and Destroy in the deck, right? But
Yes, there's still one in there. We just haven't seen it yet.
but yeah, that's not going to be very good. Okay, so we are definitely going for the kill, given that we just sacked an agenda. So I think it's a very, very long shot, but we will do Boom, Archive Mems, and hard-hitting news, and try to assemble the 24/7 hard-hitting news close combo. Yep, we'll do that.
So what are we doing with the rest of our clicks?
Because we are one card short in hand, we need the hard-hitting news. That's what we're missing. So given that they're all in archives, we can't draw for them. I think we need to click for credits here. Because all our solutions are in the bin. So let's sack Jackson right now. And
Hard hitting.
Yep. Boom and Archive Mems. Archive Mems is
Sounds
very
good.
important. Yep. And just hope that he has no more blackmails, because if he hits 24/7 in our hand, we are really, really sad.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've seen all three. We have seen all three.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's really good.
And I think his recursion is mostly gone, so he's got to be saving his last bit of recursion for the Levy play. Yep, there it is.
Same old Levy. Okay. Alright.
Okay, so we draw Kitty.
Score the 15 minutes. That will turn on 24 again.
This game is tense, Ben.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We are probably gonna lose this. We have used all Jacksons, and the blackmails are back. So this is definitely.
Where's your sense of adventure, Ben? Come on.
We'll play it out. We'll play it out. But from a completely objective point of view, the runner is.
Oh no, we're
hard
not in a great place.
Yeah. So our plan for next turn is to just hyper draw like crazy, and yeah.
Try to set up the combo.
Yep.
Because like if we can get lucky, if we can land the magic combo without him having networking in hand, we'll be in pretty good shape.
We will, yes. That's our out. The hard hitting news could be anywhere from the top of our deck to the bottom, so just hope it's in the right place.
Yeah, the real problem that we're gonna have is I don't think we can boom twice.
No, we will look to best defense boom, or
Right.
yeah, observe boom.
Okay, so Let's fire it up. So we get the boom.
Let's keep drawing for the hard hitting. That's not it. Let's keep drawing for it. That's not it, but we want to keep everything in our hand except for the kitty. So say take a... Oh. If he blackmails archives, we're in a lot of trouble. I think we have to risk it. Let's take a credit. Drop the kitty in archives and hope that he doesn't blackmail archives. Blackmail is bad because he'll steal both kitties and swap them for the breaking news, which turns off 24/7.
Yep, and then once that happens, it's kind of concede time.
Not really. We do have one more breaking news in the deck. Thankfully, he blackmails the wrong server, so this should give us an out. We really, really hope that he doesn't hit the 24/7 here.
Let's hope that he hits a closed accounts.
Yes, that would be ideal.
Yes!
Ideal. Okay, we'll take that. We'll take that. Just don't blackmail archives. Don't do it.
More like just don't install Plascrete, please. Like...
Oh, that would be pretty bad as well, yeah. This is not a live stream, right? He can't hear us saying this.
No.
Ooh, I'm tense. This is nerve-wracking. I would be sweating so hard if this was in real life. So hard.
This is a good matchup, though. This is a lot of fun. Like this is the exciting times,
it is.
Right? All right, he's just gonna go in
run.
normally.
Ooh, okay.
We can get. Oh, I mean, he's gonna pay to break whatever we res. So what do we want to do here?
We just res the Raven. The arcade.
Just the Raven.
Yeah, we'll save all our money. Let's just do the Raven. Yeah, as you said, he has Suzuki Master, so he's just gonna pay through his nose to get past it. The Raven is what really counts here.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want any part of that.
Alright, so he femmes the Raven. That's not good, but we'll take it, I guess.
If we could draw as our first card this turn hard-hitting news, I would be very pleased.
That would be the nuts.
God
that is not the nuts. Okay, let's think about this. One possibility right here is the 24/7 close the counts, observe and destroy Plascrete. That is something we could do. Problem is that kills our final 24/7. So it makes...
Once he clears those tags, we're done.
Yeah, we do have archive mems to get one 24/7 back, but then we are really living on the edge. And he could easily get Plascrete back with Deja Vu, so I don't know, this is going to be really tough either way. But given that he femmed Data Raven, my worry is he's just going to run HQ 4 times, and that's not good for us. So right now I just want to get rid of as many cards from my hand as I can. Is there a better line of play here? I think
we've got to get rid of Plascrete, and we got to get rid of his money to have any kind of chance.
I agree. So let's do that. Because we cannot get past. We'll execute it, and I'll explain. So the problem with doing anything else other than this line of play this turn, close the counts and then observe the Plascrete, is that if we do anything else, he's just gonna hammer HQ 4 times, knowing that there are no ice that can stop him, and he's just going to trash our boom, trash our 24/7, and after that we just can't win. So this is not good because we know he runs Deja Vu. He probably has one in hand. He's probably ready to Deja Vu the Plascrete. But given that we have very few outs right now, this is the best we can do. The problem is Observe does remove 1 tag, so we can't actually play boom next turn.
Right.
So our only out, literally our only out, is to score the breaking news that's left in our deck, use archive memories to get 24/7 back, and boom him before he finds a Deja Vu, which seems very unlikely. So at this point it's really, really bleak. Yeah, networking's not good. And he's clicking for credit, so probably looking to reinstall the Plascrete. Yeah, and there's not much we can do about that. And I think in an ironic twist of fate, how would it be if we top deck the hard hitting news this turn? It's gonna happen. No? Okay.
No, just another agenda.
Yeah, we'll just keep drawing because we have nothing better to do at this point. Oh, okay. No, that's useless. We'll have to draw again, I guess. And take a credit. Yeah, we'll score the breaking news next turn.
This is tense, man.
Yeah. I think it's going to be over if he finds another plus creep, which I think he will. There we go.
No, he's just going to Deja it. Yep.
Yep, there you go. So, do we have best defense in the bin?
Best defense is in the bin.
Yep. Okay, we cannot win by flatline anymore. Alright, sure. We'll just play it out. Let's score the breaking news. There we go. Yeah, this is going to be a very sad conclusion unless he somehow misplays big time and
goes down to less than 7 total hit points.
Pretty much.
Which he's Val with a big deck and wild side. There's no good reason for him to do that.
Yeah. Given how he has played so far, he seems to have been quite on point with his decisions. So, not gonna expect too much. He's just gonna play it safe and wait for us to deck out, I guess. So what could we do? We do have the last archive memories. Let's look at our bin and see what we can do about that. Oh, is he gonna archive Blackmail Archives? No, HQ, okay. That's fine by me.
We tried real hard, Ben.
Yeah, this is the amount of hate you need to overwhelm this deck, but he got it. Oh, he hit the resistor. That's good. Okay, let's look in our bin. What are we going to use the archive memories on? Any thoughts?
I mean, we could archives 24/7 closed accounts just to be a dick.
He's not tagged. Yeah, okay, there's really not much we can recall here. I guess we'll just take 3 credits, discard the resistor, and slowly bleed out to our long but inevitable
demise.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I feel like this is a very good game for showcasing how to try to pilot this deck against a tough matchup.
Yep, we tried.
And it's also worth noting that if he was a more standard deck that ran a single Plascrete, we would have. There's multiple lines where we would have killed him by now.
For sure.
So.
Yeah, with a wild side draw, he's not gonna go below the number of hit points anytime soon. So that's discarding networking. Interesting. Okay.
He's just gonna let us mill.
Yeah, he's just gonna let us mill.
So, do I want to end it by just overdrawing?
Yeah, let's end it. Yep. There we go. And please run archives for the win.
Yeah. I mean, he played well. He played carefully. He did the things that you're supposed to do when you're up against yellow. Right?
Yep.
Like, just play carefully. Try not to make mistakes.
Pretty much. And there we go. Yeah, that was a very good way showcase on the runner side as well, on how to play very carefully. Made very few mistakes there, if any at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Ben, thank you very much for coming on the channel. I really appreciate it.
And thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, and everybody, I'm going to put a link to Ben's channel in the video description below, as well as a link to his video where he goes over the card choices in the deck. I strongly recommend you check it out. Everybody watching at home, test out the deck, give it a go. It's pretty fun. It's a great way to make your friends sweat. And it's true. It's true.
Yep.
And until we see you all again, always be running.